The rest of you multiply it. It becomes an amplification process. So one person should be getting the information from many sources. So if you're a leader and I spot you that you're the one that is ignoring church messages or the announcements are ending with you, I'm going to pick you out. We're not going to be smiling. ELM, as you know, this year we've removed the event leaders. What we've got in place now is the event leader of the month. So if you're ELM for that month, you have responsibility for all the events for that month and for you to report back to the YLM and myself. Regional teams. At the Excellence Gala, I did make it clear that all the leaders in our region need to join a regional team. So think about what team you want to join on the regional level so you are contributing meaningfully to what is going on at the regional level. So I'm leaving you to sort that out. I'm giving you 3 months to make sure these things are put in place. Regional retreat. Our weekend away, we are at the verge of course, ensuring that our regional works is going well. Very likely that our weekend away will be replaced by the regional youth and young adults retreat, which will be happening midweek on a Thursday to Saturday rather than Friday to Sunday as you know it. So it will be Thursday to Saturday. You should have seen the date on the church calendar. From January, the lower age for youth will be affected now to be 12. It should have always been 12. For some reason, it was 13 in our assembly. So 12 is your baptism age, and that is what marks you joining the youth group. So from January, second week in January, everybody that is 12, 13 will be encouraged to come to the youth. Normally, we have people coming one at a time. Whenever they turn 12 or 13, they come up. But now we're going to be taking 2 intakes. So you wait until it's January, you wait until it's September to sort of mimic school times, if that makes sense. So we're only going to be having 2 intakes, and they come as a group. So that way we can guide them through this community core process. Christian education, CEM. Christian Educator of the Month, somebody that will take responsibility for everything happening within that month, which could be inclusive of cell, baptism class, or discipleship class. Now we've removed the Wednesday cell, no more. So 1 day a week is when we're doing cell now. Thursdays only, 7 to 9 p.m. The Wednesday was becoming a bit of a nuisance. It's only a few people that we could find to commit to it. So no more. Thursday, everybody come on Thursday. And last year our target was to have 40 people at a session, and we were quite consistent. This year it's going to be 60 people target joining the cell. Again, that's not too much. It's only asking for 60% of our church to attend. So before you think about going to do your hair on a Thursday evening, rethink. Cell breakouts start from start to finish. So we're going to be having 6 separate groups. One person is going to be assigned from the educators group to take one group for the whole 3 months. The issue there is that we've only got 5 cell educators, Christian educators at present, but the 6th person may be makeshift, like I said, from that particular group. So it will be either a university group or workers group that doesn't have their own educator, but they are mature enough to handle their session themselves. So that's the plan moving ahead. We're going to be going straight into our group. So from the beginning, in your group, you're going to be doing your opening prayer, praise and worship, etc., to make sure that everybody is developing in these core values. Are we together? Yeah, so it's not a case of it's just a few people that come and we don't see the rest. So the person taking the lead needs to ensure that is happening. Discipleship manual, some of you should have seen it. Feel free to critique it and give feedback. Baptism manual is also almost completed. now. So that will be shared with everybody as well in leadership to critique. Progression review, you can see that as Rachel mentioned at the back of your discipleship manual, is to help you to keep a track on how you're doing. You don't need to wait for me to keep a track on how you're doing. As an independent thinker, you've got that to encourage that process as well. You can use it with your team members also to guide them from being 12 until that 7 years that I spoke to you about. So it's in 3 different sections. You would have seen it. So it's age specific. Next one. Prayer. Night of fruitfulness is now going to happen in church. Second Fridays of the month, 7 to 9 p.m. It's not the day to go for your personal evangelism. It's not the day for you to go for fellowship. It's not the day for you to pick up another shift. It's the day for you to be in church for prayer. Virtual prayer, last Fridays of the month, 9 to 10 p.m. So essentially, we're having 2 Friday prayers in a month, one face-to-face, one virtual. Face-to-face, second Fridays, and the virtual one is last Fridays. During Lent, we're going to be praying virtually on every Friday, and the last one will be the Good Friday that will happen in church. So it will be like a Good Friday service, evening service type thing. November fast, look at that. The testimony was quite encouraging. I've decided to put it as a date in our calendar. So November fast. Sounds good, doesn't it? Thank me in 10 years' time. Saturday virtual prayer throughout November fast. So we're going to be in church virtually 9 to 10 p.m. And the last one will take place face-to-face in church on Saturday evening. Post-service prayer withdrawn. We have allowed it for up to a year now. Yeah, best to cut it out. Social and welfare. Social Sundays are in the calendar now, and the November social day out. That would be the first Sunday or the Sunday after the Kingdom Arising, so we can all go out together as a church, rather than, this team doesn't know what's happening, that team, money go lost, So it's now a date in the calendar for every church member that wants to attend. Evangelism and outreach, bi-monthly, first Saturdays of the even month. So February, April, June, etc., from 2 to 4 p.m. Evangelism leader, please be proactive in terms of what we're going to be doing on this time. Don't let it be night before you start thinking of what to do. I've said that this year we did not pull up our challenges enough in this year. We've received training. We're going to be praying about it. We're going to be doing more training across the year. Please be proactive. The prospective branch is being handled by our ordained evangelist. So in the next few weeks, they will be telling us more information on how we're going to branch out, how we're going to set up another assembly somewhere else in London. So they're taking the lead on that. I expect the evangelism and outreach team to be, carried along and to be well involved in how we're going to make that happen. So whenever there is a service there, evangelism team, you are the first people gone in there. Ministry teams, the core and committed members only are allowed to be workers in the church. Ensure as a leader you're keeping an eye on minimum 80% attendance, and there is clear evidence of discipleship in the people within your team. Okay? So that's what we're going to be moving with now. Home and welcome team. So we had a mini discussion not too long ago. So we want to improve the outlook of the church. Painting work is still outstanding. Carpeting, roofing, perhaps may be possible, and heating and AC system. The carpet has been ordered. That should have arrived sometimes in January. Hence, we couldn't proceed with it as planned for December because the timing wasn't right due to the holidays. So painting, all of that will be revisited, and that will be done as soon as possible. So we've got that much money in the account, but one of the things we haven't done is that most of the spending hasn't really been done that we would normally have done as part of the year. And some people in worship and media, they are going in for money as well. Every time something is broken, every time they want to buy this new gadget. And I mean, bring new person to church. Anyway, that is all of the housekeeping. Any questions at all? Yes, thank you so much.